about your mother. That's it. There's a Swahili word called habari gani. Habari gani. Habari gani. These are two key Swahili words. Habari and gani, which means translated in English, or the translation in English is to say, what's happening? How are you doing? See, the deep thing about translation is habari gani means habari gani. But there are no word in English for habari gani, so we have to try to fill in the blanks with the English word. See, you always lose translation when you translate from one English language to another. So never fall in love with the English word without knowing the true meaning, because other cultures, other countries may have a total different definition. So what if you go to somebody and say, how you doing? Someone really respond and say, brother, I'm glad you asked me that question. Have you ever went to somebody and said, how you doing? You're just expecting everyone to say, I'm good. Most of the time, when you ask people how they're doing, you really don't expect a real answer. But what if someone responds and really say, I'm having a hard time. I don't know how I'm going to make it. Please help me. Please share my responsibility and all my burdens. What if someone actually responds to your how you doing? I'm messed up. I'm hurting. See, you really didn't want all of that. You just thought you was being courteous by saying how you doing. In other words, don't ever ask a person how they're doing unless you are prepared to do something about the answer. But today, for the sake of the thought, I'm asking you, how are you doing? And the reason why I'm concerned, because how do you know how you're doing? You can come off and say, I'm blessed and highly favored. But how do I really know? How do you really know you're doing good? This is how you determine how good you're doing. I want you to listen to me carefully. In order for me to be doing well, I must remember who I am and what I am supposed to be doing. If you don't know who you are and what you're supposed to be doing in life, then you're not doing well. See, you must remember who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. When you woke up this morning, we don't have to say Sunday, on a Monday morning, when you woke up in the morning, were you clear on your assignment? That's where many of us mess up. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we're doing. We just wake up and we're looking for light to tell us what to do. The Bible talks about not becoming drunk with the wine of the world. Meaning, don't get so caught up in stuff. So in the book of Revelation chapter 17 verse 2, and I'm going to be right on time, trust me. The Bible says, with whom on the board, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. What that really just saying is we're getting drunk, and when I speak of drunk, I'm not per se talking about alcohol. I'm talking about becoming intoxicated by the things of the world. Not really knowing your purpose. So what you do is you look for the next new television show to give you a purpose to live. You look for the next guy to show up to give you a reason to look pretty. You look for the next opportunity or the new high to keep you out of reality. How are you doing? How are you really doing? The Bible tells us in Philippians chapter 4, verse number 8, it says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are what? True. Whatsoever things are what? Honest. Whatsoever things are what? Just. Whatsoever things are what? Pure. Whatsoever things are what? Lovely. Whatsoever things are what? Good report. If there be any virtue. If there be any praise. Do what? Think on these things. So this is what I'm asking y'all to do today. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I need you to put your mind on a diet. Put your mind on a diet. Put your mind on a diet. When you think about what Philippians chapter 4, 8, 9 says, that's a different translation that kind of makes the King James sound a little more relevant. He says, summing it all up, friends, I'll say you'll do best. Watch this. You'll do best by filling your minds and meditating on things that's true, noble, reputable, authentic, compelling, gracious, the best. Not the worst. So fill your mind with good, not the worst. Beautiful, not ugly. Things to praise, not things to curse. Put into practice. Everybody say practice. Put into practice what you learned from me, what you heard and saw and realized. Do that, and God, who makes everything work together, will work you into his most excellent harmonies. So ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, if you put your mind in the right frame of thought, watch this, y'all, it will produce certain results. If you put your mind in right thoughts, it will produce certain results. Amen. A lot of time we give God credit for doing things when it really wasn't God. Some people think on the first and second level. So because they think on the first and second grade level, they have to stay on that second level. See, some people are on such a lower level that you can't even relate to somebody on 8th and 9th grade level. And no, we're not condemning you. We're not criticizing you. But the problem is, young people, if you're on one level, you need to make sure you're talking to somebody on that same level or higher. Because then you'll find yourself in some problems. Some people think on the 7th and 8th grade level of thoughts. Some people think on the 11th and 12th grade level. Some people actually think on a graduate level. When you have all those level of thoughts in the same group of people, it could be very difficult sometimes trying to talk to those who have a higher level of thinking. Very similar to what Eric said. He had, as he grew, as mom grew, she had to deal with each child at different levels. Some people just have to develop. But you know why we can't develop? And I'm not condemning nobody, but I got to say this. You know why we can't develop? Because we're still watching stuff like Empire. I didn't get one amen, and I don't care. I don't care because somebody said, that's my favorite show. I don't care. Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. You know. Halves and halves. I know you say, well, Tyler Perry, he's a church guy. I don't care what you say. I don't care. This stuff ain't doing your mind no good. See, I'm sorry. It just ain't doing you no good. See, you know what, y'all? Because to some of us, that's the most important events in their life during the week. I got to get home. I got to get home. Really? No, we're not going to stop to eat, children. We got to watch this show. Oh, man. But you know, we'll watch that. Instead of reading the book. Instead of having just some series of thoughts and just kind of listening about how life is really going. I'm not calling anybody this, so don't take it this way. But sometimes we get caught up in the idiot box to develop your lifestyle.
Come on, man.
So true.
I mean, we kind of get caught up in the television, the TV, the internet, whatever. I mean, come on, y'all. This stuff ain't doing us no good. So when I say people have different levels of thought, if I'm trying to talk to you on an intellectual level and you giving me quotes from, you know, come on, y'all. We ain't gonna work. I mean, we gonna help to figure this thing out. And then sometimes we blame everything on the devil. And y'all heard me tell y'all the story. The devil was on the outside of the church crying. He was just crying. Some deacon walked by and said, what's wrong with you, devil? Them folks in there blaming everything on me. Sometimes we blame all our problems on the devil or on God, when a lot of the stuff is because of our choices.
Amen.
It's the decisions that we made. And I know you say, well, Bishop, come on, how do I fix it? You can't fix your past, but you can definitely improve your future. Ladies and gentlemen, when you put your mind in a certain frame of thought, it produces results, whether it's negative results or whether it's positive results. It's not God or the devil all the time, but sometimes it's the results or your fruits of the psychological, emotional seed that you sown. Everybody say psychological, emotional seed you sown. Stuff ain't just growing because you want to grow. You plant them kind of seeds. If everybody in your house got a funny attitude, somebody planted those seeds. It ain't just happen. The whole family crazy. Somebody started that crazy. You got folks that mad at each other and don't even know each other. Because great-grandmama told you about what somebody did 40 years ago, and now I meet you for the first time, and you got your lip poked out. What I do? I don't know, but I don't like you. I ain't speaking to you. Why? Because I ain't supposed to. You kid is so-and-so. What that got to do with me? Emotional seeds. Everybody say energy is energy. Energy is energy. So the same energy that can be positive or negative. Right? Energy is energy, right? Let me give you a good example. Fire is good, right? There you go. You believe it? It depends on how you use the fire. Shanette gonna use the fire to cook her mom's steaks. So it's good. But it also can burn your house down. fire, bad fire. It's the situation at the time that involves the fire. Hello, somebody. It's what you do with the fire. It's not the fire. And we blame everything on certain things, but it's what we're doing. Amen, somebody. So, I want you to come to a point of growing. 5 more minutes. Developing, evolving to the point of understanding that everything happens is still under the rule of God. Everything happens is under the rule of God because energy is energy. But what happens in life is dependent on what's in your head. God is still sovereign. God is still God, but it's what's in your head. The Bible says, think on what? These things. Isn't that what we read? One more time. Think on what? These things. Put your mind to work on positive things. Put your mind to work on good energy. Put your mind to work on things that are good report. Karen and I met at the gas station doing some exchange, and we had so much energy, we was blocking the traffic at the gas station. Have you ever had an energy where you just like, yeah, what? Ooh, ooh. That's the energy you can have. That's what makes things happen. But when you always down, depressed, beat up, feeling sorry, melancholy, oppressed, dysfunctional, ugly, evil, you can't get nothing accomplished. So you need to start telling your friends, bad energy, bad vibe, bad spirit, loose here. Why let your day be destroyed because somebody else messing up your day? That's your day. Why do you let them mess up your day? Some of us are deprived in our thinking. That all we do is we feed into negative energy. I hope no one got upset that you didn't get a steak. Because all you got to do is come up to me and I'll take you to Red Lobster and buy you a steak. Psych. If you come into me talking about folks, I already know you will talk about me. Amen. So I ain't saying nothing. Y'all got to hear how it works, y'all. The day you get mad at me, I know I'm in trouble. All right, you watch somebody, ooh, she made me mad. I can't stand her. I said, oh, I ain't gonna never make her mad. Listen, y'all, listen to this. Michael, I got 7 more minutes. Okay, I'm real quick, Michael. How you treat the one reveals how you regard the many, because everyone is ultimately one. So let me get this story for y'all. My son developed an avid interest in playing, that's the one right there, in playing wide receiver versus quarterback. Listen to the story. I was not interested in him switching the position. I wanted my son to be quarterback. Correct. I want y'all to see these clippings up. Look at them. Very good right there. I began to contact camps, wide receivers. I started giving info to him about wide receiving. The switch caused a risk. A great deal of money was involved, but it became a powerful bonding experience in our relationship. So people ask me to this day, do you like that my son switched from quarterback to wide receiver? Listen to me. No, but I love my son that much. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that what I really said? I may not like what he did, but I love him so much, I'll understand it. Yes, sir. Because I love him more than I love a position. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, sometimes we miss what we're trying to accomplish. It's about building relationships.
Amen.
Football will go, but relationship is forever.
Amen.
If I make a deposit into an emotional bank account, y'all catch this now. What kind of bank is it? Say emotional bank account. You know how you deposit. So if you make a deposit into an emotional bank account with you through courtesy, kindness, honesty, and keeping commitment to you, keeping your word, guess what you do? You build up a reserve. One of the problems is we don't have any real deposits. Relationships are jacked up because ain't nobody got no real deposits. If I'm late to church, I expect this congregation to give me a break. Because I'm usually here before all y'all. If I forget to speak to you, I expect you to give me a break because you know Bishop must got something on his mind because he do his best to speak. Are y'all catching what I'm saying? When you have built some emotional deposit, it gives you a reserve. You trust in me. Your trust in me become higher. My trust in you become higher. I trust you because we built some stuff. I can call upon you when I need trust. I can even make mistakes. And that trust level, that emotional reserve will compensate for it. So let me tell you something. When people go off on you on their first mistake, it's because they never trust you from the beginning. Because you never built up a reserve. It takes time. Somebody said it takes time to build trust. You trying to get your new boyfriend to trust you with your past record. Or you trying to get your girlfriend to trust you with your past record. Tell somebody it's going to take some time. But when you build some reserves, I guarantee you, same way with parents. Parents, you can't make a promise that don't show up. You can't do that, y'all. You can't say, baby, I won't be there. And then you ain't there. And now you mad because son don't want to talk to you. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I know this may hurt, but it's just the truth. Don't say something that you're not going to do. Let your word be your God.
Amen.
Come on, son. We love the real value of what it's all about. Just believe my word, but let your word be true. If you're going to pick me up at 9, then be there at 9. And don't call me at no 8:58 talking about I'm running late. I'm going back to sleep. My communication may not be clear, but you'll get a meaning. You'll understand. You won't make me an offender of a word. When the trust account is high, communication is easy, instant and effective. See, I love nice words to me. It makes me feel good, and I'm going to give it back to you. I love the city of Battle Creek. I'm ready to love the town. Man, we changed our church to Battle Creek Kingdom Church. because I care that much about the city. And when I have folks come into and talk to me, Sister Sharon said, we just love you. I said, I just love you back. When I hear that, that's what our world needs to start building friendship again. Start building trust. Too many folks been hurt. Too many folks been let down. Too many folks been wounded. But I'm here to tell you, it's going to change from here on. We got this June 10th, Jeanette 15th, whatever it's called. We going down to the park showing love. All race, all nationality, being nice to people, speaking to people. Oh, young school, let's get back to learn how to speak. Old folk, we know how to speak. Y'all text, quit texting me, saying hi, and I'm right in your face. Say hi, Bishop. Don't be like, well, Bishop, I text you and say hi. Let's start talking to each other. Eat some dinner with your family. Tell your family, put your phone down. We got something to talk about. Cornbread, something, macaroni and cheese, cabbage. I'm closing now. I know I went over, Michael, but we're close. If parents obey the laws of love, they encourage obedience to the law of life. Check it out now. If you want to have a more pleasant, cooperative teenager, my children are no longer teenagers, but they once were. You got to be more understanding. You got to be more consistent. And you need to be more loving. You know what consistent means? Stand at it. Don't be emotional high with your kids. Don't make promises today and then say, I'm sorry, son, I couldn't do it. Son, he can't understand that. My daughter would tell you right now, my son would tell you right now, if daddy said he was going to do something, I don't know how I did it, but they know I was going to do it. Never missed a football game, never missed a track meet, never missed a ballet, and ballet was boring. I'm like, oh my God. But that was my daughter, and I was there, and every time she stood, she said, and you know what? Now she's 24. She ain't never forgot that. There's one thing for sure. She know. Daddy say he gonna do something. Daddy gonna do it. Now listen, I'm just trying to encourage you. Okay, let's say you made some mistakes. Let's fix it today. The great thing about life is you fix it. Don't dwell on I messed up. No, listen, as long as there's breath in your body, you can always get better. You just got to change what you're doing, make better decisions, maybe switch some of your friends around, and go to different locations. Hello, somebody. And I always say, if you don't change, it's because you don't want to change. Everybody put no gun in your head talking about, I can't stop. Yes, you can. I love you. I don't know how. Yes, you can. You just want it and stand in it. But one day you're going to get to a point where enough is going to be enough. And I just pray you don't wait so late that the new generation come and don't hear you. I'm going to tell you about this new generation. They don't want to respect nobody. And let me explain what I mean by that. You get right. Now you're 62. And now you want to go and talk. Now we told you to get right at 42. But now, 42, you want to still be young, you want to still wear long silk socks and smoke crack. Now you're 62, and you want to go back and talk to them and say, come on, Bishop, let me talk into the community. Man, they won't listen to me. There's a reason why they won't listen to you. This generation want to see some proof. They're not even really so concerned about what they heard. They want to see, if you love me, show me love. If you really love me, show love to me. If you really care about me, show me you care about me. That's the generation we live in. Words were okay back then, but right now, folks need to know you really got my back. And then they'll trust you forever. So I want to say this to all of you all. Finally, my brother, I count on myself to have apprehended this, but one thing I do what, y'all? What's that? Forgetting what? Those things which are what? Behind. And do what? Reaching forward unto those things. Listen to me, y'all. Don't live in the past. Don't carry the past around like a burden, but simply use your past as one of your mentors to help refine. Everybody say refine. To refine mistakes and make changes so you can invest in your future. Listen, y'all, the past is something you cannot change. It is also something that you cannot get back. A lot of people live in the past by wishing they could go back and change certain things that they did. You can't change your past. Soft and green. Others live in the past by wishing they could go back and relive it again. Listen, y'all, you can't go back and be the homecoming king, the homecoming queen, the president of the football team, the president of the basketball team. That ain't you. DJ was the homecoming king in 1982, 81. If I see him wearing a crown to church, I'm going to say, DJ, it's over. My baby brother was the homecoming king in 1986. But if Dewan come to church with a king crown on, Dewan is over. Don't live in the past. Start today. Today is a brand new opportunity. All you mothers, maybe dealing with some challenges, rebuild today. Children, you've been holding grudges against your mama, rebuild today. Come on. Look what it says, y'all. Just because your past, look y'all, was a certain way, doesn't mean your present or your future time. Just because your past was a certain way, doesn't mean your present or your future has to be. Come on, keep going. I'm closing because I want y'all to remember that. I'm about building. We're in the process of getting Southeastern School. You keep praying for us because you're a part of the team. We're going to build centers because the room is so big. We're going to take people that got drug problems. Hear me now. I speak life. That's what the Bible told me to do. I throw stuff out in the air and I expect God to give me resources to do it. Amen. Without a vision, the people perish. There are people that's on drugs, but they can't leave their environment. We're going to create an environment just for you. I'm going to take all these young children, give you a break, mama, and teach your children stuff that the school, unfortunately, can't teach because of some bylaws. We're going to fix all that. And the same person occupied the same discipline, we still believe in that. We're going to bring back a basic training program. Get them young boys walking like this. Start walking like this. Put their hands up. And you know what I'm doing? I'm speaking words. I'm going to keep my word. I'm being consistent. Hold me accountable. Bishop, you said on Mother's Day 2017, you're going to do ABC. And I'm going to say, I am. You just ain't been here to see it. We're not going to just worry about kingdom business worldwide. We care about the whole city of Battle Creek, because what does it profit if we just help us and don't help everybody else? Life is about helping the people. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. We love you all. I thank God for you all. If there's anybody that has a need of special prayer, you may come at this time.
AccessVision, your voice, your community.